Today in the crypto space, we're seeing a bit of strength. Bitcoin right around $98,600 and up approximately 2.2%. Ethereum doing pretty good, at least holding steady right around 2,750. But guys, these altcoins, the rest of the crypto space, these altcoins are looking pretty good. We have Sui, AVAX, Cardano, Near Protocol, and Phantom Sonic going to much higher levels. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one project that is picking up a bit of momentum and a lot of people talking about it in the last little bit. And of course, that project is called Cardano. So you know what? Let's talk about the news. Let's analyze the charts and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome on the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with the markets. The markets right now are looking pretty hot, of course, led by Bitcoin. At the current moment, Bitcoin is leading the way to much higher levels. We see the total market cap rising just a little bit. It's just a little bit, obviously 0.6%. It's nothing really large here. We do see a bit of a grind to the upside. However, we have been seeing volume come down, which means trading volume was really not interested, right? Market participation wasn't there. But in the last little while, we do see a bit of an uptick, a reversal here, that maybe we're going to start seeing some trading volume. Now, as long as we see the market cap continue rising, with the trading volume also rising, we know that really what is happening, people are going long. The market is now bullish in consensus with the bullish move to the upside, which is obviously really good. So guys, if you're looking for long positions, understand what you should be looking for are quick moves to the upside, because I do feel that as long as the volume is low, you know, trades could be very volatile. You know, order books are thin and so on and so forth. So what we really have to do is understand, without volume, without market participation, pumps are not that sustainable. So I'm keeping myself very neutral, but bullish at the same time. Okay, so let's see what's going on here with Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see that it's looking for a bit of a breakout. If Bitcoin does break out here, just keep in mind, it could suck liquidity out of the altcoin pumps that we've been seeing in the last little while. Okay, so it's not a bad thing. It would just be a temporary shift into Bitcoin. The market will shift into Bitcoin, as it is, you know, a very safe project, a safe crypto out there. And people will look for the opportunity to get into safety, but at the same time, a pump. Obviously, a nice rise to the upside. 2.5% for a large cap such as this one is great. As we keep on going down, we do see a few moves to the upside. Obviously, Tether's looking good with a nice V recovery here. And we have XRP, okay, kind of going stagnant here in the tail end, but we can see many others. Cardano, 6.5%. As we scroll down, we do see a few others. Chainlink kind of a little bit sloppy here, not too much strength, but Sui's looking pretty good, 8.6%. AVAX, another 6.9%, 7%. It might be a good one to get into because it really hasn't made a major move. And as we keep on going down, you can see that there are some projects that haven't really left the station there yet. So we might be able to get in with good entries. Now there's some that already took off. Near Protocol, 10% to the upside. Kind of took off already in the short term. Okay, guys, so keep that in mind. You know, a 10% move, 15% move, you've done well. Consider yourself lucky. Take a bit of profit, especially if you're trading. If you're a long-term holder, sure, you can weather the storm. If we do come down for a bit of a dip, golden pocket retracement or something like that, fine, that's totally acceptable. But if you're in a trade right now, just understand that a lot of these projects, including Bitcoin, are hitting horizontal resistance. And of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin in a second. We'll look at the chart. And then we'll jump right into the ADA Cardano chart as well to just kind of see what's going on here with this market. Are we going to get an opportunity here to see Cardano also break out? What else do we have here? Slow grind to the upside on a lot of them except Sonic. No slow grind here. Pure rocket fuel. Up 60% almost in the last 7 days, guys. If you're a Sonic holder, you know, congratulations, guys, because I remember the days where, you know, Sonic was looking pretty bad. It was coming down, looking sloppy, and then all of a sudden, you know, we start waking up, and I did my best to let you guys know that Sonic was super undervalued and all of this. And of course, on the Discord today, I said, guys, it's not the time to get into Sonic, despite it being one of my bullish convictions and of course one of my larger bags. I still have to look out for the community and say, look, if you're getting into fresh longs right now, you're running the risk. You're running the risk of being exit liquidity for short-term traders, not people like me, because I'm holding long-term. I'm not trading this. This is a long-term hold. I want to see where this takes me at the top of the bull run. But ultimately, if you are in a position or trying to get into position right now, just understand that your real competition or what you have to deal with is the emotional people that have, you know, some gains and especially some leveraged individuals. They might be taking profits very soon, guys, especially as it reaches resistance. Okay, so we'll obviously look at these projects tonight at 8 p.m. EST. We go live. I go live. So feel free to join. It's a great time and place for you to make any requests on any projects that you may have. All right, guys, let's continue. We do see grinds. Look at this. Nice rounded bottoms, nice V recoveries, nice pumps on Celestia, up 10%, 11%. Good stuff there. You guys know I like that Celestia bottom that we've been looking at for so long. I built a bit of position there, so I'm happy with that. And as we keep on going down, we got some good recoveries throughout the market. Look at this. Stacks, nice recovery. We got recoveries, lots of recoveries all over the place. You can see even Sane, beautiful move. 20%, one of the top gainers today, of course, would say. Good stuff there. And Makers flying 24.6%. Obviously bullish to see projects do that. IP story IP, guys, there's a lot of talk about this, but I don't know anything about it much. I honestly, I try to look the other way, especially after I see massive moves this way. It could be overvalued in the immediate short term. It could come down. What do I know? Ultimately, guys, do your research. Make sure you look into the fundamentals and justify a purchase after a 57% pump, 120 in the last 7 days. Crazy gains right there. All right, guys, let's jump right into some price action. I know you're to talk about charts, so let's begin. Let's see what's going on with here with Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin at the end of the day is giving us a lot of hopium. In fact, it is what is carrying the current market to the upside. And as we see these altcoins show strength, it's because Bitcoin got its nice bounce within the range. Now, if Bitcoin breaks out, what does that mean for the rest of the space? Let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. Now, at the end of the day, guys, we have to understand that Bitcoin's a heavyweight. It has the power. It has the strength to attract a ton of capital, including the capital that currently belongs to some altcoins, meaning that if you're holding altcoin bags, you have allocated a bit of capital there, and so has everybody else. However, as Bitcoin shows strength, the idea to capitalize on Bitcoin's movement to the upside becomes enticing. Why? Because Bitcoin, not only is it showing strength to the upside, but in addition to that, it is safe. It is a safe play, and safety and risk is a top priority for a trader. You really want to get into the best risk to reward, the best project, the best investment that gives you the reward without taking risk. And Bitcoin is that asset, right? At the end of the day, if Bitcoin starts breaking out, people will start thinking about, you know what, maybe I'll take a bit of profit off of my low cap, micro cap project and put it into Bitcoin, let it pump, make some gains, and then I'll rotate right back in, because in the meantime, Bitcoin is the safe haven that we're looking for that is also pumping. So that's a bonus. It's like, you know, a best of both worlds. However, guys, we have to understand there's a couple things. Number one, the volume. The volume in this move, guys, although we are celebrating, I like to celebrate all pumps. And you guys know that it doesn't matter to me. Up, down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I got to call it as it is. This is still within a structure, a small short-term structure. I am big picture bullish. As you know, that as long as we stay above 92K, I am bullish. Even a little bit lower, 91,500, just right around here. I am still bullish. However, this level at this zone could be a bull trap as well. It could be a scenario where we get a quick rejection, even if we sweep the highs and come back down for a lower low. I am entertaining that as a possibility. Now, I know a lot of us now in the last little while, 24 hours, have gotten very, very bullish, and rightfully so, because literally at the current moment we are pumping, and I appreciate all the pumps. However, you're buying into resistance, and you can see that on lower time frames. But before we get onto the 4 hour real quick, I want to show you the daily showing tons of strength here, guys. But remember that within the daily, there are 4 hour structures, there's 1 hour structures, there's 15-minute structures, there's lots of, intraday time frames that could definitely play out and also play out bearish. We have to understand that. So a pullback could happen. In the meantime, we're seeing that the daily, despite it not getting oversold, as you can see, didn't get oversold. So the risk you take going super bullish right now is that the volatility gets overbought and it comes right back down. And the risk you take is that, as you can see, even these two peaks, they're still downward sloping. So why not see, maybe, I'm just going to throw it out there, guys. This is obviously the bearish thesis here, because the daily is still looking somewhat bearish. To me, there's no confirmation of a reversal yet. We see that the momentum basically is leaving oversold, overbought conditions and slowly trending to the downside. Now, if we do come up, we get rejected, or maybe come up here and get rejected, we come back down. I want to see the bearish response, because the bearish response could be one of which that momentum goes up and then comes back down and makes a lower low. And guys, I'm just gonna let's throw it out there. What about if it gets oversold? The risk you take of going long, totally all in, face deep into a position, is that this thing rolls over and gets oversold. That's the issue right now. That's the risk you're taking. Now, if you're willing to take that risk, put a stop loss on it. Put a stop loss, and that way, if it does reverse, at least you can mitigate all those losses and all that risk. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, the expansion is tapering in, which is nice, but it's not fully tapered in, so it could definitely wake up and come down and do something like this, right? And that's unfortunate. A little bit of a fake out. It happens all in this chop zone, guys. It's still in the chop zone. Let's be real. We haven't left the chop zone. The chop zone is where most people give back all their gains. From a move like this, from oversold to overbought, you make so many gains, you're in profit, and then all of a sudden you give them back right here, and that's unfortunate. I don't plan on giving them back. I am getting in and out of this market like a ninja in the next little while. I don't care if it starts to run. My spot bags will definitely hold up my positions, and I'll be very happy with my spot bags running. But if I'm going to be trading right now, I'm going to be trading at the lower time frames and preparing for potential volatility regardless. And a part of the reason why, again, and just to show you, it looks pretty good here with this EMA cross in the green histogram bar. It does look good. I'm not going to deny it. However, the EMAs are still in the bearish control zone. This could be a quick little pump like this, and then get back to a further downside, because you can see that even all of this is in a downtrend. Okay, even all of this, starting from here, where we got the major expansion to the upside, from here to here to here to here, we're still in a downtrend. There's no convincing me just yet that the daily's ready for a reversal, although I would love it. Just understand that. I would love it. Now, on the 4 hour, I would definitely appreciate trading this. And this is where I came out yesterday with that video when we talked about SUI. And by the way, that SUI video definitely pumped. It got a good entry, good opportunity there if you scaled into SUI. Now, before we get into oscillators, let's quickly look at what's happening here on the 4 hour. You can see that the 4 hours hitting that resistance. Now, I tried to put in as best as I can, and we can see that, Bitcoin's doing a good job right now pushing. Let it push, right? Let it push. That's fine. If it's going to push, it's going to push. And the measured move, as you've seen from the TA yesterday, and last night on the live stream, we are definitely looking for a breakout and potentially getting to the measured move target of this inverse head and shoulder that is working out absolutely perfectly from yesterday. So great stuff. Congrats if you were able to get on the back test. This is where it was like I was getting my entries right here on this little wick right here, on this pullback right here is where I got in. And then I was a little bit, honestly, when it got rejected here, I was a little bit worried, but I had my stop loss. I had my stop loss at break even. And those are the best stop losses, because you don't get wrecked that way, right? A trade, walking away from a trade that is not costing you anything, is a perfect trade, because ultimately there's no risk associated to it. But if you get in right now, you have to understand that there is risk. Now, I'm going to quickly change the schematic here on this setup. I'm going to make this a dotted line. Let's do that. And no, actually, I'm going to make it a dashed line. I like the dashed lines better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit more accurate. I can see tops. The volume actually reduces significantly here. So I'm more concerned about this level than we are right here. But the visual representation of this top, and the psychology of the 200 daily EMA could definitely be resistance, but there's a lot more confluence right here. As you can see, this is the measured move breakout, and you can see the volume based on the volume gap. That could be a very interesting level as well. So what do we do here, guys? You know, it's tough when you see scenarios like that. Well, what we can do is hypothetically, let's put a box. Let's just put a box and say that's the range. You know, a range of which we need to pay attention. If we break above, and I'll make this box yellow, which I usually do to, you know, kind of emphasize the importance of a zone. Sorry, I'm gonna do that right here. All right, so we can see this is the importance of this zone. If we can break right through it, great. If we don't, guys, just understand that you're buying into resistance. You're buying into resistance with the lack of volume. And I know I'm spending a little bit more time here on Bitcoin because it does influence our decision making, even on Cardano, on ADA. It does influence how we're going to be trading Cardano. I know some people make comments that, you know, majority of the videos talking about market conditions and the majority of the videos talking about Bitcoin. But if you don't realize that understanding what the market conditions look like, and don't realize the influence that Bitcoin has as a leading indicator, guys, then maybe you shouldn't be trading. Right? You shouldn't be trading Cardano because Cardano is heavily influenced over market conditions and obviously the Bitcoin price. Because if Bitcoin gets rejected here, Cardano is going to come down. It's very, very likely. And in addition to that, if Bitcoin breaks out with lots of volume and lots of aggression, it's also that Cardano comes down. It's like almost a double-edged sword here because Bitcoin either is going to give us, you know, a lot of confidence and bring capital and bring, you know, pumpage to the markets, or is it going to suck liquidity? And sometimes when it does too well, it sucks liquidity, and obviously when it looks poorly, it induces fear. This is why Bitcoin is the perfect leading indicator. At this current moment, it's a no trade zone for me because I'm not a breakout trader. However, if you are a breakout trader, this is a breakout moment. If it breaks out, guys, we could expand and get tons of short squeezes, and I would say that a good target is at about 102 to 103,000, and that's where I would say, you know what, I've done well. I'm going to trail up my stop losses and call it a day. Right now, my stop losses that are in slight profit, I'm willing to take a bit more risk here on Bitcoin because I don't trust this current breakout without volume. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. And you can see we're still making kind of like a downward scenario. We didn't close any daily candles yet. We're still in a downtrend here, and we could definitely hunt this liquidity all into here and pop to about 203, which would be great either way. Because again, a lot of our positions are in spot in the last little while, and spot bags are such great ways of making capital. Okay, so let's quickly look at what's happening here. We're entering overbought conditions very slowly. It could definitely happen, but I also see a mean reversion. Let me get rid of this for a second. I don't know what this is doing here, but let's get rid of that. The reason why I say mean reversion, because the purple line is too far away from the yellow. And when the purple line is too far away from the yellow, they want to get back together, and I see them a little bit far away. It's not too far away, but it's far away enough to suggest that, you know what, I would like to see a bearish response here. I would like to see a pullback. I would like to see, you know, a healthy retracement where maybe we come down, see volatility come down, maybe we see the purple line come down and maybe get slightly below the yellow, and then we continue to the upside for overbought. I would like to buy that dip. I would like to buy this dip, and I would like to analyze when this gets down to oversold conditions to trade this move to the upside with this move to the upside, trading volatility and momentum in the same direction. That is the key, and that's a strategy that I've used for many years to try to, as a momentum trader, try to catch the confirmation of the backtest so that we can see momentum flourish and eventually ride the whole momentum wave to the upside. And I want to see if I can get a price action as low as possible as we get this retracement. Now we also see that the 4-hour is looking pretty good. EMA is facing up, green histogram bar, so that's good. That's not bad of a scenario. We're entering the 4 hours, entering in the bullish control zone. We kind of want that. But if you kind of zoom out here, you can see tons of indecision. Like, are we bullish? Are we bearish? We're pretty much in this level, which is not a good zone. We want to see a massive expansion. We want to see one of these. When are we going to get one? We could get one right now. But I'm preparing, guys. I'm preparing on the 4-hour for that bigger expansion, and I want to see a confirmation backtest. If we do not get one, guys, just look for a bottom dwelling price action. That's all you could really do at this current moment, because the majority of the move on Bitcoin is done. The majority of the move on a lot of these bullish projects. Look at Sonic. It's up 25% in the current moment. And many others are pumping, just literally ripping it apart. So we got to be very careful here. Guys, let's take a look at Cardano. What do we do about Cardano? Because Cardano could be one of those projects that are lagging behind. And it could be the fact is that we start looking for opportunities on Cardano. And you can see that Cardano, in fact, is showing a bit of weakness on this chart, given the fact that it got rejected 1, 2, 3 times already, and it's looking to get rejected again on a lower high. Now, that's not a good look, to be honest. It's not a good look, but it is an interesting opportunity, because eventually we come down for a few more dips and we pick up more bullish bullish bids. We might sweep these low for a confirmation low that is right around here, and I'm interested at about 71 cents. I'm also interested to see what happens at about 73 cents. You can see this volume gap could be a very emotional level to buy a little bit here and maybe even buy a little bit down here to eventually get a good average cost, so that when we do get that reversal, when we do see the 4-hour get overbought, we can see some good gains. Just keep in mind the EMAs are also looking pretty good here, and if Bitcoin continues to show strength or even, you know, break out here, it could be very likely that it doesn't suck liquidity because of the lack of volume. Unless that volume picks up on Bitcoin, then okay, maybe the market participation will suck liquidity out of the alts. But you can see currently the alts are holding up very, very nicely. So what do we expect here? Could we expect a Cardano breakout? Guys, it's not a bad idea. Just understand your invalidation is all the way down here, and your current invalidation is right here. If you get stopped out on Cardano right here, you can easily just wait, get stopped out, wait to come down here, buy into this level, put another stop loss into here, and slowly trade level to level. But getting in at the current moment is quite dangerous in the short term, because you can expect a rejection that takes you all back here and maybe bounces. Maybe. So why not buy into a dip, buy into a retracement? So what I mean by that is on the 4-hour, and I want to take a look at the daily in a second as well. If you see kind of what's happening here, I would like to see a reversal here. I want to see a bearish response, because every bearish response, as you can see, after this one, it made a lower low. What about another lower low, guys, on a bearish response? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see. And if I do see that, I will be quite happy with the fact that I didn't buy in right now, and so will you. And you will be happy with the fact that you got stopped out, because at the end of the day, what you want to do is look for a nice retracement, maybe down to this level through this volume gap again at about 71 cents more or less. So I want to see that. Now, if we get into the daily, what's interesting about the daily, and this is across the entire market, we got a lot of V recoveries in the last little bit, many of them, right? And obviously stemming on the fact that Bitcoin, you know, got a good recovery as well in the last little bit, as it's, like, you know, still within that zone, just going sideways. And as things go sideways, we start to look for and speculate for investments that could potentially give us more volatility. We need volatility. Trader needs volatility. That is the only way we make gains. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, we did something really nice. We got a nice rounded bottom with a nice retracement. And this, if you look at it on the daily, in which, you know, I should have showed you on the daily. Let's quickly jump there. Back to the 4-hour. Sorry, you can see it looks like a nice cup and handle with an extended handle. The handle looks a little bit wide, too long, but still okay. You know what I mean? It's not bad. And you can see on the daily, it looks actually a bit better with this cup and handle. Guys, if we break out of 82 cents, we're going to snap to the next level of resistance, which could be at the point of control, at the cluster, the biggest cluster that we have of volume right around this level. Okay, so keep that in mind. $1, why not? A nice reversal. So in the immediate short term, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be preparing for a Cardano long, because honestly, the way things look right now, it looks like it wants to get some support off the 200 daily, which is also a good level of support. It came below, swept the lows, came back above, back tested, and now it might be springing and eventually might be looking for that breakout. And we obviously have to be prepared for a potential scenario where it falls down and it keeps on coming down, because obviously, as you can see, low, lower low, lower high, lower low. Who knows how low we go, right? I don't want to be bearish here, but that's the reality. Is this the beginning of a pivot point structure on the daily? It is the beginning of a nice, you know, bit of relief here, maybe a pop to the upside on the 4-hour. And this is what we really have to be concerned with, is the time frames. The daily hasn't been bullish across the market just yet. As you can see, the 4-hour, okay, maybe we're getting some signs. So be trading the 4-hour, guys. If you get in on the 4-hour or on the 1-hour, make sure that you take profit. Get in on the 1-hour, get out on the 1-hour. Get in on the 4-hour, get out on the 4-hour. And that way you can remain profitable and reduce the risk on the appropriate time frame where you found your entry. The biggest blunder is getting in on the lower time frames and then zooming out and looking at the daily of where you should be taking profit and expecting it to run to all-time highs and price discovery in one go. Guys, if you're a trader, you got to find an exit strategy or a trading plan that includes taking profit as well as finding good entries. All right, guys, so that's that. Cardano's looking good. I like the fundamentals. I like what the upgrade that is coming around the corner that is supposed to be competing with all the speedy blockchains out there. And that's just part of Charles's ideas to develop Cardano in such a way that it's a slow and steady development. And we know that they've been taking their time developing Cardano, but it's been a rock. It's been solid from a fundamental tech perspective. which means that not only is it decentralized, and it's one of the most decentralized L1s out there, but not only that, but if it does improve its speed, it's definitely going to keep up with projects like Sui and Solana and all the rest, and obviously bringing Cardano to the map, right, with its ecosystem growth and all of that. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor, slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.